Alright, let's try this one more time since the audio or the microphone died on the last video. We got new underbar mirror mounts that hook in to where the levers go, as you can see here. Unfortunately, these are silver. It came with little fillers for right here, which are nice and black. I don't know why they paid attention to detail here with these fillers to fill in where the mirrors used to go. These obviously, as you can see, utilize the stock mirrors. It would also work with my other mirrors. I just need to get some sort of this piece is just too long. The threaded piece is too long on the other mirrors, so I need to get a longer, like, little spherical dowel, I guess. I don't know, it probably wouldn't be a dowel, that's not the right term for it. A dowel is like a wood thing, but like this is like a little cylinder to go over it, as a spacer, kind of like this spacer here. So I also want to get black hardware for right there eventually, but unfortunately the battery had died there. But I like the positioning a lot more with this, not necessarily how it looks positioning, because when the mirrors were right here it was clean, but I think visibility wise this is going to do a much better job. We'll see. Either way, it was $27 for the whole kit, getting it shipped here through Amazon Prime. I'll put a link to it in the description, and yeah, if you want to get that, get that. If not, make it yourself. It's honestly pretty, like, it looks like a really shit weld right here. Like, you can see little cuts, or they took this piece of metal, they cut it and bent it, and then did like some sort of little tack weld, or didn't even weld it. Who knows what they did. But yeah, my goal was, I thought about just making my own. Probably could have made them for like, I don't know, say like $15, including like these little hardware and the spacers and all that. Like these and the spacers probably would have been like $5, and then little brackets like this. The problem is it's got like this nice little angle. I thought they were gonna go directly back and like be straight, but yeah, I mean, this one I kind of hit my fingers if I'm overreaching. The clutch I don't necessarily hit, but we'll see. We're gonna go ride. Let's go for a ride, get them tested. We're grilling today, so I need to go get myself a little bit of lighter fluid, and I'm gonna get some ice cream. I don't know if I'm gonna get ice cream per se. I'll probably get fudgesicles or creamsicles, one or the other, or maybe both. You know, maybe I'll get some fudgesicles and then creamsicles on top of that. Ooh, I think they're only like $2 for the Kroger brand, bro. Like, that's pretty cheap. But everything's getting hit with goddamn inflation, so it's very possible it is not the same amount of money. And the worst part is you keep getting less. You keep getting less, unless you go to like Costco or some shit, or Sam's Club, and then it's like, okay, it's a little bit worthwhile. But is that in the garbage? It's in the garbage because the wheel's off. Yo, I kind of want to take that. Like, does the engine work? Even, oh man, little go-kart engine. No, it wouldn't be able to really. I don't know how you would turn an engine like such into a go-kart engine. It would be a good like tow-in engine for snowboarding though in the winter. That could be useful. Hook a string up to it with a handle. Yo, already like 10 times fucking better. They're a little down, so I kind of got to lift my hand to be able to see it, but yeah, that's way better than how it was before. I think there's always going to be some sort of con unless you go about getting the handlebar ends. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know how to explain. I'll throw a picture in. But essentially they just go onto here, but you got to cut your bar, your grip, and hook them on. So I don't necessarily want to cut these grips. They're alright. They're not the best. They're decently comfortable. I wanted to get some ODIs like my BMX boys because I know they make them for the dirt bike and shit, but I just don't know. And then I know they got the Van waffle grip one. I just think those are cheesy. I've never liked those, even on BMX. I know a lot of people that have had them in BMX and like they're just not my favorite. Just a little bit too high in the gear. They just say, yeah, they're just not my favorite. I don't like how they feel. We're gonna park up over here, walk the distance. I like to park in the back, away from everybody. Skirt. A lot of bike people like to just park up front, around the sidewalk and shit, but I don't know. Sometimes I do. I've definitely parked up here before, next to like the wood pile. But then I get a lot of weird looks because I live in like a decently bougie area. Let's go get this fucking shit. That is slammed. I love it. Oh my. Dude, it's so slammed. I love that truck. Oh, that's perfect. I need to go to a parking lot and practice. Could be a useful thing to do. I was watching these, look like cops, bike cops doing like training. And bro, these dudes, the control they got, the clutch control and just turning control, general maneuverability that they have in like tight situations is amazing. Like you got like speed in a straight line, that's one thing. And then you got speed and cornering, that's another thing. And then you got like a full bagger with no speed, and all you're controlling it with is your ability to balance, use the brakes and the clutch and throttle. Like that to me is pretty amazing. See, oh, you getting over? What are you doing? Help me, Lord, please, Jesus. It's not a passing lane, dude. We'll have to get them out and do a real test on a proper road, but so far on these little one lanes, like I can see behind me a lot further, a lot clearer than I could with the other mirrors when they were sitting here. It's more of a glance down than with the other ones. I felt like I had to directly tilt my head down. Now if I want a good picture, yeah, I gotta tilt and look a little bit, but I mean that's granted. I think that's a given. When you put your things below your normal sight of vision, you're gonna have to look down, and the only way to get around that, like I said earlier, would be to get the little handlebar boys right here, but of course we didn't do that. So I just don't necessarily want to cut my bars. I don't know if there's a way to do it without cutting, not cutting the bars, but cutting the grips on the bars and then changing those. They might be like an all-in-one package where you get a grip with the mirror built into it, but again, I'm not really sure how that all goes. I haven't looked that far into it because it's not something that I necessarily wanted to do. But yeah, I mean, I like it. I think they do a pretty good job comparative to the other ones that kind of just mount on your handlebar. These are also cheaper and allow you to utilize your stock mirrors. So if you're trying to save money and kind of DIY it in a way without overspending, this is a good way to do it. $27 for the pair, and you just utilize your stock mirrors. Super simple to put on. It probably took me about 15 minutes, not even. The most difficult part was lining up these where they go, but I mean there's little dots and marks, and there should be marks from where they've been sitting, since they likely haven't moved since factory. If you're doing things a specific way like myself, I'm not really moving things too much, you know, from a factory perspective. So yeah, I was looking, I might get some new handlebars. I don't know, I think it could look cool with some new handlebars, but overall I think it looks better. It opens up the profile and you're able to see better. So hopefully you all enjoy. If you did, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you next week for whatever it may be. I have another freeway video. I just didn't want to double stack freeway videos on top of each other, especially because the one that I recorded like a month after the one that I just put out. So we'll see you all later.